Lovely Mr. The Mr. Lovely Alan Cumming.
Yeah.
Well, I see you made a big effort to be on the show this evening and got all smartened up for us.
Don't you start with that tie.
Well, there was a moment backstage I felt a bit sorry because you were in the makeup room and someone came in and said, and are you going to get dressed for the show later? And of course, he's ready to go.
No, she shouted at me like I was hard of hearing.
I am delighted that you are turning into such a big star.
Oh, thanks.
I really am, because let's face it, you know, you wouldn't think it would happen for you. No, I mean that in a nice way, because, you know, conventionally, normally, you know, but you're kind of like quite a strange-looking little fella.
Right.
And you're from Scotland, and so you've got, you know, all those things working against you, and yet here you are, in America, Los Angeles, you know, one of the biggest stars going now. I mean...
Where are you going with this, Jonathan?
I'm just saying, I'm really thrilled for you, because, you know, you're a camp, funny-looking little fella, and yet you're huge. I'm delighted.
Thank you very much.
And I'm so excited about the next movie we're going to see you in.
Oh, yes. I know, because you're a geek, aren't you? You're a comic geek.
Well, I'm afraid I am a bit of. And X-Men, too. I'm really... Because you're playing Nightcrawler, of course.
Yes, I'm Nightcrawler.
Who comes from Bavaria.
Does he? I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. He's a great character. He first appeared in Giant-Size X-Men #4.
Right, that well, you see?
Which I have.
Do you?
Double-bagged.
What does that mean?
You know, you don't really want to know. But it must be... Is it fun making a big blockbuster, or is there much more pressure on it because of the money involved and the expectations?
No, it's good. Well, I mean, when it's sort of when you're playing a superhero and you're flying around, it's kind of hilarious. I mean, it is the biggest film I've ever done, and you are aware of the pressure. The makeup was the hardest thing.
So you're... Because we'll see the character in a minute, but you're completely blue, of course.
I'm blue, and I have a tail. I'll tell you all the things I've got. I've got pointy ears, yellow eyes, pointy teeth, hoofs, and a tail.
Right. Why didn't they just get one of the Gallagher brothers to play it and they could have saved them the makeup? But that must take a long time to get prepared, I would have thought.
It took 4 hours in the morning, and then be constantly touched up all day.
We have a clip of X-Men 2.
Oh, good.
And we're going to show this, and I think this is one of the first times this will have been seen on British television. It's out, the movie comes out, is it in May, the beginning of May?
May the 2nd it comes out.
I'm really looking forward to it. Here, this is Alan Cumming and some of the other cast in X-Men 2.
Who are you?
I keep feeling something terrible is about to happen.
I would never let anything happen to you. Most people will never know anything beyond what they see.
I have faith in you. You have him? He's not going anywhere. Are you?
Please don't kill me. I didn't mean to harm anyone.
Now, why would people have gotten that impression? What's your name?
Wagner. Kurt Wagner.
X-Men 2 out in May. That is exactly how I imagine a pansexual would look.
You need to get out more.
That looks great, it really does. And it must be fun working. It's a terrific cast you have around you there.
I know. Yeah, they're great. I really loved them. I love Halle Famke there. She was in the James Bond film I did. Do you want to know a funny story about that scene?
Let's have it.
Well, because normally it's just my face, but because it was my body torso, it took 10 hours to do that. 10 hours with 3 people doing it. And, like, you get up so early, you get up at 2 o'clock in the morning and everything, and I was a bit farty, because, you know, like, you eat at funny times and you don't want to fart because there's 3 people, like, doing stuff to your body. So, I just remember, like, being... And then you would sort of go and try and fart in your trailer, but you couldn't. You can't fart to order.
No, then it won't.
And then I got onto the set and we were doing that scene, and like, I'm lying like this, and Halle's putting her hand all over my body, and I was all feeling... When she touched my tummy, I felt the rumblings.
You can actually feel it moving sometimes, can't you, when it's a big one?
I know. Yeah. And I had this vision of, like, Halle Berry flying across the room with a force in her fart.
And did nothing came out?
No, I managed to with great self-will.
I admire your self-control.
Thanks.
I would have let it go and blamed Famke Janssen. Presumably, if this movie's a big hit, which I'm pretty sure it will be, are you tied in for another one or a few more after this?
Yeah, the next one, X-Men. I just signed for 2.
Right. That film, I would have thought make a difference in the other sort of parts you get offered, wouldn't it?
Yeah, probably, yeah, because when you do a big... it's like that in Hollywood. They've got such short attention spans. If you come out in a big film, you usually get offered other big films for a while, until you, like, you know, stop doing them and go and do weird things.
And, yeah, does it feel to you a strange journey you've been on? Because I remember the first time I saw you acting, you were on... Do you remember the TV series Take the High Road?
Did you see that?
I saw you on Take the High Road. You were chopping down a tree or something, I seem to recall?
Yeah, I was an evil woodcutter.
Right.
And
now, you see, you think if you're playing an evil woodcutter on Take the High Road, you don't expect to see that person then turning up in one of the biggest action blockbusters in 2003.
I know, it's weird, isn't it?
And does it feel strange to you, though? Or when you were making that, did you always think, yeah, I could make it in America, I could be...
No, not at all. I never, you know, I didn't even go to America until I was about 29 or something. Never even been there, so it wasn't, you know, something I thought would happen at all. It's just circumstances and chance and stuff.
So what was the big break for you, then?
In America, I did this film in Ireland called Circle of Friends, and nobody really liked it here, but it was huge in America. And then soon after that, like GoldenEye and Emma both came out really in the next 6 months. So I'd done, you know, so that was what it was.
And the Cabaret, I guess, was a big deal for you as well.
Then like a couple of years later, I did Cabaret on Broadway, and that was a big deal. So then people realised it was me in all those films.
Yeah. You know, we have something very early. You know, when you research someone on the show, you often find things they've done in the past.
Oh, great. What is this?
Well, it's not a TV performance, but this is something quite unusual. Once again, if we're talking about someone who finds himself, you know, being offered terrific roles in Hollywood, you wouldn't necessarily think that at the age of 16, his only public appearance would be in one of those photo stories in Jackie magazine, featuring an intelligent horse. So, well, could you read your lines there?
She was nice, though. I could quite fancy her. Pity we couldn't have met under different circumstances.
I'll be the horse.
OK.
It wouldn't have done you any good, mate. She's off boys at the moment. She likes sweet little ponies, though. Is he Mexican or something? Or Spanish? Though? Little ponies. See, that's where your pansexual problems began, I think. Hanging out with sexy talking ponies.
I know. Look how young I look. That's so scary.
You were, what, 16 then?
Probably, yeah, 16 or maybe 17.
Let's talk about the people you hang out with in Hollywood now, because I know you've been doing a kind of talk show thing, and you've got a lot of, you know, very, very famous mates out there.
Yeah.
Gwyneth Paltrow being one who I've seen in the show with you.
Yeah, I do this thing called eavesdropping with Alan Cumming. I've only done a few of them because I just sort of went at the time, but yeah, what happens is they come on, it's like, there's no sofa, it's like outside, and I never talk to the camera, and I just meet them, and we go places, and then we go in a car, and there's these they're called lipstick cams. Right. So, and then we have something to eat, and then it was hilarious. I actually thought Gwyneth did it, and then Halle did it, and I thought it would be better to call it Oscar-winning beautiful girls pig out, because like I talked to Gwyneth about being a macrobiotic, and the next shot is her eating turkey sandwich and French fries and this thing, and then Halle gets so hungry because we're in traffic for so long that she just like chows down these chicken wings.
You see, I'd pay good money to watch her eating chicken wings.
Yeah. And I forgot I don't eat chicken. I just forgot, and so she.
See, that's why I like a vegetarian with great conviction.
But then I was going, I can't eat that, Harry, I can't eat that. And she's like, go on, go on, go on, you know you want to, and all this. I'm like, well, I'll put it in my mouth, but I'm not going to chew it. And then,
You know what? I actually began to feel a stirring when you were doing that. I think I might be turning pansexual.
I think you've got some issues. And then, so eventually what happens, she dips it in her cheese sauce.
Wow.
And then she says, just suck the sauce off.
Come on, this is the best show ever made!
So I like suck a chicken wing that
Good heavens! And you from Scotland.
I know, who'd have thunk it, eh?
Wow, that's quite something. From Jackie magazine to sucking cheese off Halle Berry's chicken wing. What a journey.
I know.
Let's talk about your book, which I've just started reading.
Yes.
And I've been enjoying very much. And, of course, it's got adult themes and adult topics, as one would expect from you. Here we go. This is Alan Cumming. Is this your first novel?
Yes, it is.
OK, it's called Tommy's Tale.
Yeah.
Have a look at the cover there. You can see there's a fellow with big boots on lying apparently naked in the rest of the bath there.
Yeah.
OK, there's lots of sex in the book.
Yeah.
There's quite a lot of drugs in the book.
Yeah.
Then there's some more sex after the drugs.
Yeah.
Some of the drugs are taken in ways which I didn't believe possible to take them.
See? I bet you'll be...
Work it out for yourselves.
Yeah, I know.
This is really good fun to read, but inevitably people are going to think it's you. You're writing just about yourself, that it's thinly veiled autobiographical stuff in there. And is that the case? I mean, there are some elements, presumably.
There are a lot of elements. I mean, I think it's hard for people to grasp that, you know, you can write things that are your experience and blah, 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 and put them in a kind of fiction. You know, that is not my life, but everything that Tommy has done, I have had some experience of.
Wow, even when
Yeah.
Wow. Now you're going to have to buy it. Now they're going to have to just to find out.
Yeah, it's great, that.
Alan, it's a real pleasure. Thank you so much for coming in. I always like seeing your films because, you know, no matter how small the part, and once again, don't get started on that, it's always a treat seeing you there. It really is.
Thank you very much.
And get yourself a copy of the book. It's called Tommy's Tale. It's a very entertaining read. Just don't leave it around when you have elderly relatives in the house. Alan Cumming, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.